Alright, you guys, I got a little distracted there and end up not having enough time on my video to take care of this, and looking at the things I was talking about here made me think that I had to start solving for this and see if it was possible, and come to find out that my brain was thinking finding a value, and that's not necessarily true. We just want to determine whether each statement can be assumed based from the figure. Again, assumptions based on what we just talked about up here, and you can refer to. So we cannot assume that this thing right here, and I made a mistake, that this is 90 degrees, and I mentioned that before we ended on that last one. So with that being said, if we look at these things, can we assume, based on the information that we're given, that we know this is 90 degrees, and this one is less than 90, which is acute, this one's acute, and this one is there. Now we know that these two things are equal to each other, those parts, and we know these two angles are congruent to each other as well, but can we tell that those two are going to be complementary to each other? The answer is no. Okay, they are not congruent, but we do not know anything about their exact measures. That's the problem. That's where my brain was thinking. So the answer is no, we cannot. Okay, and it's that they are not congruent. They're not congruent, which is the symbol that we always talk about. And because we do not know their exact angle measures, okay, on that whole thing. So now let's look at the next two. Let's take another colored pen here, and we're going to go GHK. So GHK. So here we go. We're going all the way over here, and then we're going to here. So we know, as I look at this one, as I think about it, as I look at it and mark it, we know that this one's going to be, I'm going to say, obtuse. Okay. And then we want to look at the other one, which is going to be, let's get a different color. Let's go light blue here. So GJHK. Okay, so here's this angle here. So we're talking about purple here, and we get our linear pair. Again, the definition of a linear pair means that they have to equal 180 degrees, they have to be adjacent to each other, and they have to form a straight angle which equals, like I said, 180 degrees. Do these two, if I were to draw a straight line from G all the way to J, which it shows here, and there's a way to think about it, okay, the J and the G, yes, they do, so we can say yes, they are. Okay, they're adjacent angles. First of all, they're adjacent. They're adjacent, and they share a common ray, and together they equal 180 degrees. Okay. And the last one it's asking us to do is find out if HL is perpendicular to, so again, HL, we already had this marked in green already here. So here's HL. Okay, and we're talking about HM right here. Is it perpendicular? And we can say that this is yes because of this symbol right here. We can sit there and say that because of the 90-degree symbol, that they are perpendicular. And what's the symbol of that again? We can sit there and say HL is perpendicular to HM. Okay? Because that symbol right there tells us that is exactly what we need to do on that one. Okay? Whoops, I didn't have that on the screen the whole time. I apologize, but you can see that. Again, you heard my words on that and the markings that go there too. I have to do a better job on it. All right, I'm going to leave you alone. That was part 4. Unfortunately, there's that many parts in order to be able to figure out this whole thing. But most of the stuff you're going to be learning in class anyway, and this is just something to reference to. And again, I apologize for the part up there as far as making sure that I was looking for a numeric value, which I didn't have the means to it. That's what kind of threw me off a little bit. All right, you guys are awesome. Keep up the good work. If you have any questions, you can always ask me in class. All right, enjoy.